seeds. Sounds like science fiction, but it is real. In 1998, Terminator seeds. Sounds like science fiction, but it is real. In 1998, Monsanto patented a seed genetically engineered to be sterile, which means you cannot save it, plant it again, or pass it down. Every season, farmers must pay Monsanto again for the right to grow food. They promised in 1999 not to sell it, but they kept the patents, kept the technology, kept the monopoly, because it is not just about crops. It is about control. Control of life, control of farmers, control of food. And once that seed is in the ground, there is no taking it back. Terminator seeds. Sounds...
Right, shalom, I'm giving up praise and the bonus on the apostles a great millstone, and I honestly brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody are coming out here to give it this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh. Bashim Yahshua Bashim Ko Hakodash. Giving up praise and Bashim Yahshua Bashim Ko Hakodash. So I wanted to just speak about this phenomenon that you just seen there a second ago. And ultimately, I'm not what I'm going to speak about is our food being defiled amongst these heathens, that the scripture says. And that the scripture says it was going to be the case. And we can see an example of that based on the clip we've just seen. Now, ultimately, they've spoken about it being not a thing anymore. But better believe that could have had a drastic effect on health for generations and generations to come. Remember what the scripture says. The scripture says we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Right? Seed is supposed to be producing seed after its own kind. Right? Many other scriptures that are very similar to that. And this guy who is anti-life, he comes out with a philosophy based on money, mind you, based on money, to make it to where you can't even use that seed again. You got to pay them money. That's totally wicked, man. That's totally wicked. And that's all based on money. That's just on the love of the money. And that's why the scripture says, right, the love of money is the beginning of all evil. Because ultimately you see a situation out here where that iniquity, that love of money, that desire to acquire even more and more and more resources, that's brought about a lot of death. Specifically to the rulership of Esau. Everything has been done via the acquisition of, based upon the acquisition of resources. Okay, based on the acquisition of resources. That's what this guy's done. And we bring it back to the birthright. This guy gave up his birthright. Now he's trying to get it back with his blessing, which is the sword. And via that, him losing the birthright, we know the birthright is the rulership over the earth. And we know the rulership over the earth is ultimately the fatness of the earth. Okay, so gold, cattle, silver, people. The scriptures set it up to where he was going to be ruling within the end time. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So whatever facet of life that Esau goes into, he's trying to rule it with the same approach that we see within the scriptures, which is total dominion. When I say within the scriptures, the promise that was given unto Jacob was total dominion. But see, we ain't going to rule it like this. This is too much. This is too wicked, man. That's way too much, man. You're doing too much. That's totally wicked, right? That's changing the Most High's creation just for profit. And ultimately, again, like I said, who knows what the hell that does to your body? Remember, you are what you eat, right? Remember, you are what you eat. You're eating all this messed up food, eating all this garbage, eating all this altered food, which the Most High's creation was already perfect. It didn't need improving, right? The Most High's creation was already perfect. And there's a reason why the Most High has done particular things that you might think within your low level mind and low level way of thinking is needs to be improved upon. Okay, man lives upon the earth for one generation, but the Most High has existed for an eternity. I mean, even that's incomprehensible. What do you mean an eternity? Yeah, the Most High existed in eternity. Then one day, so to speak, he decided to make man. Can you imagine? The Most High is outside of time. Can you even imagine that? You lived upon the face of the earth, right? Rushed into your mid-30s, tried to get your life together, right? Start a business or whatever. But the Most High existed for an eternity. And he created these seeds, creatures, man upon the face of the earth for his express purpose. So altering that, who are you to alter it? Again, like the scripture says, my ways are higher than your ways. That's what the scripture says. But Esau, with his God complex, he wants to control everything. And why is he wanting to control everything? He wants to control everything so he can make money. That's what it comes down to. The love of money. Wicked, man. Totally wicked. Anyways, I just wanted to speak about that. for a couple of minutes, man. Right? Without myself, praise and double honors and 3 apostles of great millstone, and honor brothers that be pushing the truth and sincerity, man. We need to get out of it. Shalom.